championship game and closed that thing out for his team, throwing 3 innings, allowing 1 run. Losh is behind 1-2, chops it to Bailey at second. Bailey has it, fires to first, and Losh is out. Millersville went 1-2-3 in the first inning of game 1 as well. So Brent Taylor, though, looking to end that. Taylor was outstanding in game 1, had 4 hits. And he has been fantastic the last month of the season. 7 hits in his last 2 games. In this Atlantic Regional, he's 7 for 10.
Go home.
You have to go way back to think of a player at Millersville who has been this red hot in the postseason. Go back to that era, 15-16.
Here today.
David Summerfield in the PSAC tournament in 2015. Dan Stoltzfus.
Today.
Guys of that nature who were able to really almost single-handedly carry a team as Taylor works a 3-1 count. His last month, he's hitting up around 500. And he chops this on the ground. It'll be a tough play for Bailey. He makes it and makes a perfect throw, taking away a hit. Bailey has good speed, and he ranges up the middle, makes the play, and then throws off his back foot a perfect strike to first base, 2 up, 2 down for Sederna. Here's Caulfield. Caulfield had a great day against Charleston in day 1 of the regional. Went 3 for 5 with 2 bombs, 4 RBIs. Went 1 for 5 earlier today against East Stroudsburg. He singled his first time up and then set down his next 4 trips to the plate. And Charleston with a heavy shift against Caulfield. Nobody playing the shortstop position. Baudorf playing on the second base side in the grass up the middle. Bailey shading towards first base at second base, and the first baseman standing right on the line, and he hits it right to him for the 3rd out of the inning. Millersville goes in order and trails 1-0 as we head to the second.
Providing smart solutions to help clients be better prepared and more secure is the cornerstone of Murray Securus. Now, just Murray. They simplified their name, but they're still the same insurance broker Central Pennsylvania businesses and families have trusted for insurance, risk and wealth management, third-party administration, and health benefits for the last 90 years. Being better prepared and more secure is the Murray advantage. Start your conversation with Murray today. MurrayINS.com.
Evan Rischel out on the mound for his second inning of work. The Golden Eagles got out to a 1-0 lead, back-to-back singles to start it, a sacrifice bunt, and then a wild pitch. Gets the run home, and Millersville goes down in order in their bottom half of the first inning. Evan Rischel, the atypical Millersville pitcher. When you think about over the course of time, the projectable nature of the Marauder arms, and 6'4", 6'5", big tall guys who can really crank it up and throw hard. But it was something that Coach John Sheehan talked about over the last couple of years, is getting back to pitchability and guys who can not just throw it but pitch it. And that's what Evan brings to the table for the Marauders. He's not a guy who's just going to come out and try to throw it by you. He's crafty. He's going to work 3 pitches around the zone and be tough about it. There's a breaking ball over for a strike. It's working against Brendan McAllister. McAllister.
Pretty good game now.
Takes the second pitch for a ball. McAllister hitting .393 on the
And
season.
Millsville, I don't know. I mean,
507 on base percentage, limited appearances,
They,
61 at bats,
have to
31
be
games played,
tired.
15 starts. But he's been in the lineup every single game of this regional, likely because
They played
of the
Mill,
absence
they
of
played
Kyle
Westchester,
West, who was the
they
Mountain East Conference
Strasburg
Freshman of the
at
Year.
11 a.m. and
He's
then
not
they
been
had
in the
played
lineup for the Golden Goose
basically
throughout the
back-to-back
postseason.
games.
McAllister did go 1 for 4 in game 1 against Millsville, 1 for 3 against Gannon. It's a 2-2 count here for Ruschel. Ball misses low. Might be a change up there. But Ruschel pitched in plenty of big games in his high school career. Took his team to the state playoffs. It's the first ever at Eastern New York, and this just got a piece of this. McAllister stays alive. He was the conference pitcher of the year in 2021. Full count here to the leadoff batter, McAllister. Payoff pitch. Lifted in the air, shallow left field. But Brent Taylor never saw it. He never saw it off the bat, and it's going to drop in. It should have been a routine out, and it turns into a double. Brent Taylor never saw it off the bat. He threw his hands up immediately. And it is a white sky out there today, very hot. It's a glaring sun, and there have been some clouds appearing here as the day has moved on, and maybe right behind in Brent's line of vision. But boy, nothing has gone Millersville's way today, and that should have been easily the first out of an inning. A routine fly if you could ever have one, and it drops right in. It's not been a good day for Taylor in the field. It was a double off his glove in game 1 that led to a couple of East Stroudsburg runs early in the game. Good job by Seibert there, staying in front of the ball. Keep waiting for something to break right for Millsville today. That certainly wasn't it.
Definitely not.
That brings up Pete Costigan. Costigan was a nightmare for the
We're not
Marauders
a
in
good
game
day
1. He
for
went 3 for
baseball
4.
player.
The run scored and takes a strike there. Also drove in a run. Costigan really the lone Golden Eagle to have success in both games of this regional so far. He's 4 for 7 at the plate. He stands in for the first time here today. He's a .327 hitter on the season. A long look at second. Right field, that's going to get down. That'll be extra bases, and that'll be a run. Millersville will trail 2-0 on the double from Costigan. And Costigan continues to be a thorn in the side of the Marauders, and for the second game in a row, Millersville is digging itself a hole early. And again, the first run that came home on a wild pitch in this inning, a fly ball that should have been caught in the outfield. Here's Gianno Zucchero. Standing in from the left side. Millersville looking for the first out of the inning. These two teams met in the regional last year in a very similar situation, only the roles reversed. Charleston, the host. Millersville knocked Charleston out of the regional with a 3-1 win. It went down to the wire. There's a bunt, moving the runner to third. Rachel Fields throws to first, got him by a step. But he does the job and gets another runner over to third base. That game was very close, went down to the wire, and Millersville needed a real fortunate break in that game. It was a night game right on the river in Charleston, and it was very foggy. Luke Traynor hit a high pop-up on the infield that the fielders lost in the air and dropped in. Millersville scored 2 runs on the play that broke a 1-1. We gave them a 3-0 lead, and Millersville ended up holding on 3-1. Lifted to right center field. Right cannot make the catch. It drops in, and another run will score. Charleston is up 3-0 on the RBI single from Zucchero. Millersville now facing a 3-0 deficit for the second time in as many games. Again, the loser of this game goes home. Season is over. The winner advances to another day to try to knock off East Stroudsburg twice tomorrow. To the right,
And winner will
to
play
advance out of the
Charleston
pod
for
and play in the Super Regional.
championship tomorrow.
Pitch low.
These are 11 a.m.
Charleston can certainly get things moving on the base paths. It's a tall task no matter who wins this game. No team has come out of the loser's bracket to win an Atlantic Regional since back in 2013. That was the Shippensburg team that lost to Seton Hill in the first round and then rallied, winning 4 in a row, including beating Seton Hill twice on the final day. That was a team with Pat Cregolo and Tyler Shover, the catcher, who really carried that team throughout the playoffs. That Shippensburg team actually gave Millersville a loss in that regional. That was a 39-17 Millersville club. And it featured Chris Murphy on the mound.
They do though.
And Shippensburg beat Chris Murphy, Hall of Famer for Millersville, in that NCAA Atlantic Regional.
I mean, see how long I
Went
video.
on. That was the year when throw over to first base. When Shippensburg, in a similar fashion to Seton Hill this year, did not make the conference tournament, but
And
on the strength of a
Millsville is the host team.
28th
For the
and 20
season
record,
bracket.
was able to squeak into the regional as an at-large. They had already turned in their uniforms, ready to go home,
If they
and got the
lose,
call back
can
after
you
the selection
imagine them
Sunday,
losing?
and certainly made the most of that
Back-to-back
opportunity,
games.
winning the regional there, coming out of the losers bracket. So a tall task for either one of these teams that lies ahead. Lots of baseball left here in game 2 of the day. The 1-2, chopped up the middle. Losh, it gets under his glove and into the outfield, and a single. I mean, that's a play that you expect Jimmy Losh to make 9-10 times out of 10. A backhand and step on the base, turn for a double play, and you can just see it in the body language of the Marauders right now. Absolutely nothing going their way, and Losh is certainly upset with himself there. He was shaded up the middle with double play depth in mind, went on the other side of the bag from second base to scoop it up, and it went right under his glove. Probably looking for a quick transfer. And this feels like a real pivotal moment in this game against Tyler Dellerman, the Golden Eagles star catcher, with 2 on base and 1 out. Ripped. Knocked down by Taylor. Can he recover? He tags the runner. The throw is not in time at first base, but he does get the lead runner, and a great heads-up play by Taylor. He certainly saved at least 1 run by just knocking that ball down, and then a really headsy play to tag the runner and get it out. Taylor has played a fantastic third base throughout the postseason, and that was a gem right there. A rocket hit right at him. Here's Braxton Baudorf, the shortstop. Rischel's got a bear down here. Seibert blocks it. The last time Millersville hosted a regional at Cooper Park, it was a short stay in 2019. Lost 2-1 in game 1, and then 2-0 in game 2. Exited in 1 day. Millersville won the first game of the regional here in easy fashion. And right there, boy, that just typifies the day for Millersville. Had a pickoff play on. Caulfield didn't break to the bag, and Rischel, at least with enough composure to not throw the ball to the bag, and instead threw it right to Caulfield, who had stopped and didn't cover. It's a 1-0 count to Bodworth, lefty. Runners going, swing and a miss. The throw to third base,
Out.
not in time. And Bailey holds the bag on the double steal.
I mean, you're safe. I mean,
1-1 count now with 2 outs.
look at that one. Man.
A big moment in this game. Millersville can get out of this and be down by 3.
I like to do guys. I like to.
Or a hit here from Bodworth could almost put the game away. Ripped to right throughout the postseason, and that was a gem right there. A rock faded up the middle with double play depth in mind. Went on the other side of the bag from second base to scoop it up, and it went right under his glove. Probably looking for a quick transfer. And this feels like a real pivotal moment in this game against Tyler Dellerman, the Golden Eagles star catcher, with 2 on base and 1 out. Ripped. Knocked down by Taylor. Can he recover? He tags the runner. The throw is not in time at first base, but he does get the lead runner, and a great heads-up play by Taylor. He certainly saved at least 1 run by just knocking that ball down.
I like to do the.
And then
I
a
like
really
to try that.
headsy play to tag the runner and get it out. Taylor has played a fantastic third base throughout the postseason, and that was a gem right there. A rocket hit right at him. Here's Braxton Bodworth, the shortstop. Rischel's got a bear down here. Seibert blocks it. The last time Millersville hosted a regional at Cooper Park, it was a short stay in 2019. Lost 2-1 in Game 1, and then 2-0 in Game 2. Exited in 1 day. Millersville won the first game of the regional here in easy fashion. And right there, boy, that just typifies the day for Millersville. Had a pickoff play on. Caulfield didn't break to the bag, and Rischel, at least with enough
All right, guys.
composure to not throw the ball to the bag, and instead threw it right to Caulfield, who had stopped and didn't cover. It's a 1-0 count to Bodworth, lefty. Runners going, swing and a miss. The throw to third base, not in time. And Bailey holds the bag on the double steal.
Get back to live action now.
1-1 count now. With 2-0. Missed away.
I'll probably
And
end
that
it
was real
at
close.
the end of this inning. Because I'll probably see.
Three 3-0 for Rischel, who's fallen behind here against Chartier. Is 1 pitch away from loading the bases, and he takes a called strike there. 3-1 with 2 outs. Millersville season to date won the PSAC East for the 3rd year in a row.
I don't want to be too long, but I don't
PSAC
want to
Tournament
be too short.
Championship for the first time since
No.
2015. Called strike 2. The Marauders certainly had sight